The wine glass you choose is important because wine glasses will change the perception about how you experience drinking wine. So when it comes to sparkling wines, do you choose flutes, coupes, tulips, all-purpose wine glasses? What is the perfect glass for drinking champagne? Join us as we review the pros and cons of different sparkling wine glasses. Give our video a like, make a comment anytime during the video, and subscribe to our channel for more. When it comes to sparkling wine, we love bubbles. We love that long string of bubbles, the perlage, which can be so mesmerizing to look at. But we also love the aromas of beautiful sparkling wines. So what's the best glass to use?
When I lived in Champagne, it was so refreshing to see that really what mattered to the Champenois was that you were in fact drinking champagne. In the maisons and in people's homes, I drank from several types of glasses, shapes, styles. But in the fields during harvest and vendage, we drank out of a small stemless glass called a blida. It was a very practical way to enjoy champagne between the vines.
Well, that sounds super practical. So the question is, does it really matter what glass we use? Well, the answer is yes, because the glass you use will change the perception of the wine. And here's an important thing to note. When you have bubbles in wine, they're traveling up the glass. And as they move the liquid up. And then the bubbles are bursting at the top and they're letting the aromas out of the glass. And this is a continuous cycle that's happening. So of course, every glass is going to have that effect in a different way. So Christine, tell us the pros and cons of the traditional flute.
Well, here is a traditional flute. There it is. The flute is tall and skinny. Champagne flutes are designed to showcase the bubbles and the sparkling bubbles coming up the sparkling wine, right? And they help keep the drink cold. They also have a beautiful long stem, which prevents body heat from warming up the wine. But the flute does make it difficult to fully appreciate the aroma of the wine. The opening of the glass is quite small, and the wine can't necessarily breathe as there's very little oxygen contact. Another negative to the flute is that the most sensitive part of our tongue and where our taste buds are located is on the tip and on the sides. We do not taste anything in the center of our tongue because the diameter of the champagne flute opening is so narrow. When you take a sip, the wine actually travels straight to the center of the palate. Lastly, in order to drink wine out of a flute, you really have to tilt your head back, especially to get those last few drops. Not such a huge deal, but it can be a little awkward.
Well, we know flutes are the most common wine glass that we see, but if you ask most wine professionals, they're not really fans. Another frustration that I've heard a lot is that with a flute, it's very hard to clean, to dry the very bottom. So, Christine, if you hold up that glass, you can see that it's very narrow and you can't get your hand in there to dry it properly. So one thing you have to be very careful of. So Cindy, tell us the pros and cons of the coupe glass.
Well, this is the coupe glass. And in the 1920s to 1940s, the coupe, which is said to have been modeled after the breast of Marie Antoinette, not proven, of course, but that's what they say, was the most popular way to drink champagne. The coupe, which has a shallow bowl right here, allows oxygen to influence the wine. And you can get a lot of aroma out of the wine. You can also keep your head upright when you're drinking. So if you want to build a champagne tower, this is the way to go for that too. So the negative side, though, is that the bubbles can quickly dissipate in the coupe and the wine will warm up a lot faster if you're not drinking fast enough. And one thing I don't like about coupes is that if the glass is full, it's really easy to spill what's in the glass when you're walking from A to B. So there are pros and cons. But Allison, we've covered the flute and the coupe. What about the tulip glass?
Well, the tulip is really the best of both worlds. You have the flared lip, you have the deep bowl of the glass that allows you to experience and explore both the aromas and the pretty bubbles. And so it's also a really beautiful glass to cheers with. because with the coupe, something will spill over. And with the flute, yeah, it works, but you know, it doesn't have that same ease. So,
Well, based on the pros and cons of each glass, it looks like the tulip glass is really the ideal choice. But if you don't have a tulip glass, enjoy your champagne in a regular standard white wine glass, as it will allow you to enjoy the aromas of the wine without the bubbles dissipating quickly.
Or you can use a blita like we did in champagne. But no matter what glass you use, one final tip is just not to fill the glass the entire way. Leave room for the bubbles to burst and stay within that glass of yours.
that's right. At the end of the day, you should drink champagne or sparkling wine out of any glass you like. We are not telling you what you have to do. We just want you to drink sparkling wine. But if you want to get the most out of your glass of bubbly, we hope that this has helped with some guidance. So let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you have a glass you prefer to drink your champagne or sparkling wine out of. Share your comments, give our video a like, and subscribe to our channel for more. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.